Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is Friday. It is not Freaky Friday because it is not Friday the 13th, but yet the markets continue to slump. It is Friday the 20th, currently about 9:20 a.m. Central Time. Market's been open about 50 minutes as the day has progressed in here, and boy, I tell you what, markets are continuing to slump. We had a big drop yesterday on Thursday from the 430. We're talking about the S&P 500 SPY ETF, 431 all the way down to 426 yesterday. Markets dropped pretty bigly. Markets open up right at about the close of yesterday. It actually gapped lower just a little bit, and we are continuing to drop. So that's what we're going to discuss here on the show, is this continuation of the drop. Where could it go? Where are the possible stopping points? Quite frankly, I don't really see any at this point. We are now in that current downtrend. If we get a break below that 420 mark, we will see a continuation of this drop, and quite frankly, we'll definitely test that trend line that we've been seeing a couple touches on. But as we do that, we know there is risk in trading and investing. You will and probably will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine, but hopefully find it entertaining as well. Basically, do your own decisions and make your own decisions and investments on your own. That's not my responsibility. That being said, S&P 500, 423.54 as we speak. As I mentioned at the beginning, continuing that downtrend, we're going to see that pivot of 420. If we see it break that, we are probably going to see a continuation all the way down, minimum to 410. But then again, I don't have a crystal ball. It could soar up to the top if we get some news from Powell or whatever that may be. But I like the 350 area actually to be quite frank. But you know what? That's just my opinion on the market. That's your S&P 500 SPY ETF. Next, we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average, currently at 332.17. Same story, although this one did gap up ever so slightly. Nope, my mistake. It gapped down ever so slightly, and we are at the exact lows for the day. This is the same story, continuing that drop. Oh gosh, I see this. We got a pivot here at 325. If we break that pivot and 329, we will see a continuation of this drop. That's your Dow Jones Industrial Average. So currently both those are down right around 0.6%. Same as the NASDAQ, the QQQ down 0.6%. Same story, dropping down at the lows of the day, currently at 357.83. The IWM, this one is continuing to lead that charge. It has broke that pivot from 168, currently at 167.53. And we are at a crucial point right now at 367.5. If we see this break here, we're going to probably see it go down to 162.42 to that pivot. I don't see any supply or demand zones to speak of, but I haven't went back far enough. But we're probably going to see that continue to go down from there. Great shorting opportunities for those people that are shorting that market. Gold and silver we'll get into. They're most likely going to be up on the day, but XLE is down 1.76% on the day. That will show the same thing with USO and oil. That shows a pretty big drop. We were at the highs, or right near the highs of 93, 92 area, and we're dropping from that. XLF, the financials, that is also down 1.35% at the pivot lows. This is looking pretty good on percent Bollinger Band. XLF. Options, opportunities. Let's just scan for that real quick since that's an opportunity. Currently, volatility IV is up to a 3. Not the ideal, but let's look at it anyway. Current price is at 32.25. And if there's any options on the 35 days, no. The 31s, the 30s, the 30.5 are given a percent. The 30.5 are given percent. Let's see where 30.5 is at. Actually, that's down pretty far. Added pivot, not too shabby. Let's do a little trend line to see what our percent drop would be. 30.5 would be about right there. And well, it's only about a 5% drop. So those are the people that want to add risk on there. It is a risky trade, but then again, everything has risk to it. Minimize that risk and take that risk accordingly, depending on your appetite. That being said, USO currently at 81.38. creeping up to the highs. We're a little bit of indecision with USO, but if we get up to the highs of 83.30, we will probably see a continuation. And quite frankly, let's get to oil since we're talking about that. That's actually up on the day. Currently getting close to that $90 mark. We actually got almost to $90 per barrel. And we are going to see that at the pumps. So oil is continuing to go up in that current uptrend from August. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin up 2.83% of the day, currently at 29,571. This one showed a spike again today. Ooh, we broke that high from Monday after the ETF announcement. Bitcoin expects quantum leap in Bitcoin scaling solution options. Matrix Port says Bitcoin is headed for 56,000. Here's a driver. Ooh, there we go. That's probably sparking the market a little bit. Sparking the market. I'm a poet and didn't know it. All right, let's keep continuing on there. HNT 1.48. Seeing a little bit of a rise there. We're seeing a slow uptrend with helium. I like that, mining helium. HNT, which is 5G cell network. But we'll see what happens there. Our Aussie dollar short bias is still looking good. Looking to take that down to 62.50. And let's get into our stocks. BHG 732. This one actually showing a little bit of strength, but yet still a dirty little dog. Tesla down 2.2%. Still continuing that big major slump from the other day. Really down from the highs of recently, down about 28% from the highs. So this is what we're seeing, guys. We're seeing these major stocks starting to drop, and this is what's been holding the market up. You look at Apple. Apple is down about 12% from their highs. So we're seeing the major stocks. Meta is not down from the highs, so that's probably keeping things propped up. Nvidia, these are the Magnificent Seven, really what's been driving this market. Speaking of Nvidia, there's a Market Watch news update that just popped up, and it said, why Jensen Huang says he wouldn't start Nvidia today if he had to do it over. Interesting. They must have knew we were talking. But Nvidia is down about 15% from the highs. So there we go. That's why we're seeing these drops. We're seeing these major markets bring it back down. Google, near the highs. All right, got a couple more. We got 2 more minutes of the show here today. I want to look at American Airlines. American Airlines still showing some decent premium, although you are trying to catch a falling knife with American Airlines. Currently at $11.15. The nines are actually giving 1% right now, which is almost 20% away from that strike. They just had good earnings, but the revenue is down. So that earnings play is gone, but there is a beautiful demand zone right at that $10 mark. I like that. That was the original play right there. That actually might be something I look at here after the show. American Airlines, and obviously our target, it will most likely, unless it drops $3 today, it'll expire above that strike price that we talked about of 105. That's such a great opportunity there for those people that sold cash secured puts on that. And then rounding out the quick market update today, we have Netflix. Netflix yesterday soared 16 or 18%, whatever that is, after earnings, and dropped. Well, it went up, but after market open went down. Same thing as the story today. So we'll see how that continuation goes as the market continues to show some weakness. Netflix is one of those, if I'm not mistaken, one of those magnificent 7. One last one, Nike, 103.01. There you go. There's your market update. So we're going to do another show tomorrow. I'm going to do a recap of the week since we had such a volatile week. I'll do a recap tomorrow morning. And we'll try to do something on Sunday as well. But we'll do that, and then we'll continue on Monday with the normal show. We'll get a full a full show on Monday and Thursday. Sorry, 4 segments. So as always, collect your profits when they're given to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.